Friday night. That is the only time of the week Daniel felt truly alive. He would close his laptop, lean back in his chair, and whisper the same 4 words every single week. Thank God it's Friday. But he never asked himself one simple question. Why did he need to escape his own life 5 days out of 7? Daniel was 29 years old. He worked in a small office downtown, doing the same tasks every single day. Wake up, commute, work, commute, sleep. Monday to Friday, someone else controlled his time. His boss controlled his mornings. His deadlines controlled his afternoons. His tiredness controlled his nights. So when Friday came, he ran from it all. He would order food, turn off his phone, and disappear into movies, shows, and endless scrolling. Saturday, he slept until noon. Sunday, he did nothing until the fear of Monday crept back in. This was not rest. This was hiding. Week after week, this pattern repeated. Daniel always had an excuse. I'll start something new next weekend. I'm too tired today. I just need this one weekend to relax. But one weekend became 1 month. 1 month became 1 year. And 1 year became 5 years. His salary barely moved. His savings stayed empty. His coworkers, some younger than him, started building small businesses on the side. One sold handmade candles online. Another taught guitar lessons on Saturdays. Daniel watched them grow quietly from a distance. And every time he saw their progress, a small, uncomfortable feeling rose in his chest. Regret. But regret never lasted long, because Friday always came again, and Friday always made him forget. Then, one Saturday morning, everything changed. Daniel went to fix his bicycle at a small repair shop near his apartment. The shop belonged to an old man named Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen was 71 years old. He still opened his shop every day, not because he needed the money, but because he loved the work. While fixing the bike chain, Mr. Allen asked a simple question. "Young man, what do you do on weekends?" Daniel laughed. "Honestly, nothing. I just rest." Mr. Allen smiled, but his eyes looked serious. "I used to say the same thing," he said. "For 15 years. Daniel raised an eyebrow. "What changed?" Mr. Allen wiped grease off his hands and looked at him directly. "I realized the weekend was not my reward. It was my escape, and escaping never built anything." Those words landed heavier than Daniel expected. Mr. Allen pointed toward a small wooden shelf in the corner of his shop. On it sat a simple, dusty notebook. "Every Saturday morning, for 1 year, I wrote down one small task," he said. "Just one. Nothing big. 2 hours of focused work towards something that could grow. That notebook," he said, "became the reason I own this shop today." Then he looked at Daniel and gave him a challenge. "You have 2 days this weekend. Just 2. Use even 1 hour on one small thing that could grow into something more. Not for me. For you." Daniel nodded, unsure but curious. He went home that afternoon with a strange feeling. For the first time in years, the weekend felt like it had a purpose. But old habits are heavy. Saturday came, and Daniel sat down to start. Then his phone buzzed. A message. A video. A notification. 1 hour of scrolling turned into 3. By the time he looked up, the day was gone. Sunday arrived, and he told himself, "I'll do it tomorrow instead." But Monday came like it always did, and the moment passed. Daniel felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Not tiredness. Shame. He had been given one small chance to change direction, and he had let it slip through his fingers exactly like every weekend before it. He went back to Mr. Allen's shop the next Saturday, expecting a lecture. Instead, Mr. Allen simply said one sentence that Daniel never forgot. "The people who stay poor are not lazy. They're just comfortable losing time they will never get back." Silence. That sentence sat in Daniel's chest like a stone. That night, Daniel opened his old and used notebook. He wrote one line. "Today I stopped wasting my 2 free days." It wasn't dramatic. There was no music, no big speech. Just a quiet decision made in a quiet room. The next Saturday, he gave himself one rule. 2 hours. No phone. One small task. He picked something he had always been curious about, simple video editing, and slowly began learning it, 2 hours at a time. Some weekends, he wanted to quit. Some weekends, he still wasted an hour or two. But he no longer wasted both entire days. Slowly, quietly, something started to shift. Maybe you are reading this, and Daniel's story feels familiar. In real life, most of us are not lazy people. We are tired people running from a week that drained us. So we escape into the weekend, and we call it rest. But there is a difference between resting and disappearing. Rest gives you energy back. Disappearing just makes the next week arrive faster. We tell ourselves, I'll start next weekend. But next weekend becomes next month. And next month quietly becomes next year. The truth is simple and a little uncomfortable. Your job pays your bills today, but does not guarantee your tomorrow. Only what you build in your free time can do that. You don't need to change your whole life this weekend. You just need 2 small habits. First, give yourself a small deadline. Not someday. Choose 1 hour this Saturday. Second, use the 2-minute rule. Just start. Open the notebook. Open the laptop. Do 2 minutes. Most times, once you start, you keep going. The hardest part was never the work. The hardest part was always the first 2 minutes. Daniel still works the same job today, but his weekends look different now. 2 hours, twice a week, quietly building something that is his. Not because he hates rest, but because he finally understood what Mr. Allen meant. The weekend was never the reward. It was the opportunity. And opportunities, if left untouched, quietly disappear. So this weekend, before you say, thank God it's Friday, ask yourself one question. What am I running from, and what could I build instead? If you feel this story can help someone, like, share, and subscribe for more stories.